There. There we go. Our recording is in progress. Let's just wait and see. They're preparing the stream on Facebook. I think. Do we have it? Yeah, we're on Facebook. Okay. Hello, everybody. How are you? It is what day? It's Monday. Oh, it must be the pop-up show. My favorite of the week. Yeah, I love this show. Look at this beard. Marjorie hates this, but she'll tell you why she hates it in a minute here, because we got lots of people waiting to talk to us. So let's bring them all in, admit all. They all look legit. Marta Gomez? Marla Gomez. I don't know about that. Yeah, that she just went off anyway. Okay, here we go. Let's admit all. Okay, here they come, folks. And Mike Chisholm is coming as well. Marjorie is there, and Paul.
Hey,
And also Charlene Solis and the lovely and attractive Paula Levin. Yeah, I'm getting it right now. Okay. And John, hello. How are you today? And Charlie Wallace, Mike Chisholm, Andrew Deutsch is trying to connect. He'll be connected, I'm sure, in a moment. And the lovely and attractive Edward Berger.
That's right.
Right. Hello, everybody. How are you today?
hey kids.
Mm-hmm.
I'm good.
We'll probably get more people as we keep going here. But this is a nice bunch. If Andrew can, oh, there he is.
There he is.
He is. Bravo. Let's all applaud for Andrew getting on here. Here comes Mandy O'Brien.
Hey, I don't have to come in here to be insulted, Alex. I can get that anywhere I go.
Oh, Mandy, how you doing?
Good. How are y'all?
Okay, how y'all? That's a Atlanta hello.
Oh yeah.
I love the word y'all. It's really, it's very useful.
Mm-hmm.
I talk to a bunch of people, hey, how y'all doing?
Mm-hmm.
But am I going to go, how are you all doing?
No.
How y'all doing?
Also, it's folksy.
Yeah, that too. And when I think country, I think Mandy.
Oh, hey, I'm not quite that country, although there was a mouse in my house this morning.
A mouse in your house?
Yes.
Ooh. Well, mice are kind of cute, though.
Oh,
I was preparing to move.
Really? I mean, come on. Mice are cute. They have little white gloves on,
Yeah, right. I will say,
Weird.
I will say, it made me think of like when I was, when we were kids and we were watching cartoons, and there was always the woman with all you saw was the feet up on a chair with a broom, and like Tom and Jerry were running around.
Yeah.
I always thought it was going to be a much bigger problem.
Yeah.
Kind of like sand.
Well, actually, the woman in those cartoons were in heels.
Mm-hmm.
They always had big fat legs. Remember that? And then, of course, she's going around with a broom swiping at him.
Right. Well, I didn't. Henry set out traps. He was doing that at 5 o'clock in the morning.
yeah.
This morning?
Yes.
These are probably field mice where you're from.
It was a tiny little field mouse.
Yeah, and they leave the house. They want to be out in the field. They want to be out having a good time,
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
Freaks me out.
Running that steamboat. They like doing that. I always wondered why we always found the most wonderful character in America for years, a mouse.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Right.
they're vermin, for crying out loud.
Exactly.
So, well, don't worry about the mouse. No big deal. If it were here in New York, we have rats.
Exactly.
And
Yeah.
pizza rats. They grab pizza, drag it upstairs. You've seen that on the videos. Hi, Francine. You got any
Hi.
got any rats in your place?
Ooh. Ooh, I don't even want to think about it.
I
know.
think, Marjorie, we had one mouse in this apartment a couple of years ago.
Ooh,
About 10 years ago.
Well, the best for me was one day I'm walking through the apartment. It's a big apartment. We got a long hallway. And on the side of my eye, I see something dart. And I don't know what it is. And I figured it was just me, that I was just, I'm getting older. I start seeing things. All right. So now about a day later, I am in the kitchen. I'm having a little bite to eat. And as you look past the kitchen, you see the dining room and then you see the windows. And I look over there and there is a squirrel. And this squirrel was just kind of looking at me. Hey, how you doing? Just thought I'd drop by because I got nothing better to do. And Marjorie leaves the windows open, and that's how we got in. Okay.
Get in.
Yeah, that's how we got in. Anyway, so that's it. I don't want a squirrel in my house. And I go, get out of here. And he just looks up at me. And finally, I yelled louder and he ran and he jumped out the window out on the, because they can climb onto anything. So a building is no big deal for them. So now I'm watching the news a day later and they say, oh, the CVS in Harlem was in a riot today. There was a squirrel running loose in the CVS.
I remember that.
And it had to be my squirrel.
Same squirrel.
It couldn't be any other squirrel because this one had guts. He had nerve. He had, if I may say about a squirrel, moxie. Okay. So anyway, that's my great vermin story. Yes, Paula.
Yes, I have a story like that. It's not as dramatic, I don't think, but I live on like the 6th floor, okay, in my condo. And one day, like you, Alex, there was something out of the corner of my vision,
Yeah.
kind of like squid, and I wasn't sure that I really saw anything. Anyway, I turned around and on my windowsill in my bedroom, there was a chipmunk. And it was like a picture right out of a movie. He looked at me. He was like, eye level almost. He looked at me and I looked at him and we both freaked out.
I had a girlfriend.
And I ran out and shut the door.
Yeah.
And I called my friend who is she's very good with all kinds of animals.
Vermin.
I don't know about vermin, but she's at home with. Anyway, she said, I'll bring over a trap. And I also had advice about putting a little peanut butter in the trap. And she went into the room and laid the thing down and left the room. And then just a few minutes later, we heard like a sound, and the chipmunk was right there. And she took it out and she said, "We made friends, you and the chipmunk and me." Like
My chipmunk story is I had a girlfriend. She lived over in Alameda, and she had a house and it had a backyard. And there were squirrels in the backyard, climbing the trees and stuff. And every now and then, my girlfriend, I saw it happen, would let the cat out into the backyard and he would go chasing the squirrel. But then when he got to the squirrel, they just looked at each other and then the squirrel would run and he would chase the squirrel again. Turned out they were playing games with each other.
oh yeah, well, the cats will do that.
Yeah. I mean, the cat didn't want to kill the chipmunk.
Oh, absolutely.
And the chipmunk then would go look at him and go, hey, here I am. Come on, chase me. And then he'd run up the tree or something,
So
Gee,
Paula, that the cage story, was that some sort of weird invite for a barbecue? Is that what you're? When I was in college, Alex, they had a fraternity thing, and the guys brought all the pledges into the house and said, "Hey, we cooked dinner for you," and they're all eating stew. And one of the guys was, "What the hell?" And he eats a little buckshot and threw it on the plate. And another piece of buckshot. Turned out it was a guy had gone out and killed about 20 squirrels and made squirrel stew for everybody.
Ew. Ugh. I've heard about people
Well,
eating squirrel.
the old term, tastes like chicken.
Yeah.
I have chicken that tastes like squirrel. Have you ever had that?
It wasn't bad. I didn't know what I was eating when I was eating it, but
Right.
it's meat.
How you doing, Mike Chisholm?
I'm doing well, thank you. It's good
Yes.
to see you all.
You look happy. I still got to do a thing with you. You never wrote me back.
Yeah, I didn't. You're right. This weekend, my granddaughter was doing an MMA tournament, and I just was busy all weekend. So, but yes,
Your niece, your
granddaughter.
granddaughter was doing MMA.
Yes,
That's mixed martial arts.
it is. It is. And
Does she kick ass?
she kicks so much ass. She kicks so much ass. Like,
How old is she?
she's 7. I don't know if you can see
Oh.
that, but then she's taking.
Oh,
That's a 9-year-old
Look at
boy.
her.
That's
What?
a 9-year-old.
Wow.
Look out.
He's 2 years older than her. She dominates him the whole time. Oh, it's crazy. And then I want to see if I can get the tap out. I'll show you the tap. She tapped out 4 boys that were at least 2 years older than her over the weekend. It was great.
Wait a minute. But do you want to see her continuing to do this as she gets a little older?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Then you've got a lesbian on your hands.
No,
that's
no, Alex.
Terrible.
So one of her teachers one of her coaches is a gal named Christina, and when she kicks the bag, the entire gym shakes. Like, it is unbelievable to watch this 16-year-old girl do this. And Christina's only been doing it for 6 years. Alara's 7, has already been doing it for 3 years. And by the time she's a teenager, ain't no one pressuring her for prom sex. I tell you, she's not going to know fear. And she already doesn't. She's already so cool and collected. It's just, it's an amazing gift that we're giving to her, and I'm giving her I get some vicariousness through it too. It's lovely.
Yeah, but when I was growing up and I dated women, I'm glad none of them did MMA. Okay,
Don't knock until you try it.
Although I did have one woman I went out with, I think could kick my ass. So she did something that was, sports like, but MMA is God, you can get bruised doing that, Or do they put in some soft rules or something to make it so that these girls don't get all?
Yeah, like at that age, it's fully mixed though. It's boys and girls. But at that age, like the contact when it comes to striking and whatnot is significantly, like, it's like they'll spar with each other, but it's tap tap. It's nothing. They'll go crazy on the bags though. Like
you got somebody else in your family who's a bodybuilder?
Her dad. Yeah, I was actually gonna. I wanted to see.
Which would be your son.
Yes, there you go.
You have a picture of him?
Yeah, he did very well. He did very well at his competition.
You do not screw with this family.
That's right.
No, Nico is. He did very, very, very well. You know what? There's politics involved. He should not have come in 4th. He came in 4th. He had the best back. Never mind of his category. He had the best back of the competition. Like, there's his back. That's
Oh my gosh.
That's right off the phone. That's not
amazing.
photoshopped.
Okay, that's not muscular ugly. Okay.
Oh, no. He goes in classic. He doesn't get crazy. He's in the classic, which is like the Arnold physique of the past. He doesn't go nuts with it
but
the way
Arnold was a bit, in his prime, it was a bit ugly. It was like too much. He looked great. He'll be the next action star.
Well, it's funny because Alara, his daughter, I mean, she sees what her dad does. And so Alara goes and she'll go and just look at the monkey bars. She'll grab the monkey bars and she'll do 20 pull-ups without even thinking about it. And she just jumps down and then runs around.
I'll tell you, last night what I was looking at and I was mesmerized by was this show on NBC. What is it?
The Warrior, American Ninja Warrior?
American Ninja, I think. And it was a woman, young 14-year-old woman who went through this gauntlet. And man, she was doing all of it. And I'm looking at her doing it, going, I could, even when I was younger, I couldn't do something like that.
Laura does that every day. Every day.
Marjorie, you would be just awed by it. Every time I've looked at something on that show, I've kind of been mesmerized. I know that sounds silly. It doesn't sound like the kind of show I would watch. I never watch an episode, but I see these things on what do you call it? Uh,
YouTube.
huh?
YouTube.
YouTube. Yes. And I am I'm just amazed by it, just mesmerized by it. But I want to talk to you, Mike, about guess
Yeah.
we could talk about Stephen Colbert, because you're the guy who likes the late shows.
Yeah.
What do
Yeah.
you
My
think
phone,
of-
my
what do
phone
you-
went off all weekend. It vibrated all weekend.
You're all familiar with what went on with Stephen Colbert, right?
Yeah.
I was never a big fan, but he did serve a very nice purpose. And I was surprised to find out he's actually been the number one show for like the last 9 years.
Off and on, but mostly he is on average usually about a million viewers more than either Kimmel or
Yeah.
Fallon.
Well, in spite of that, and to show you what's happening to late night, according to somebody I read today who is familiar with the situation and had no axe to grind or anything like that, said the problem with the show and the reason it was taken off, it was losing several $1,000,000 a year.
Mhm.
Now,
That's what they say.
how you're number one and lose several $1,000,000, and I think it's because that show was in that theater, which is expensive to maintain. He had 200 people as staff. I mean, a lot of that could have been cut and maybe turned that show into a profit, but I guess he never wanted to do it, you know? So
Well, I don't know that he was given the option. CBS,
No.
not only that Stephen Colbert's contract isn't going to be extended, but they're ending the run of the Late
they're
Show.
doing away
So
with the show completely.
yeah, and
Yeah.
that part. Now, I don't know this for a fact. I'm 99% that Worldwide Pants, Dave's company, still owns the trademark for Late Show. Now, I don't know if it has anything to do with that or not. I can't imagine that they're going to be giving that time slot back to the affiliates. But what do I know? I mean, I don't.
Well, but they might do is they'll just run like, they'll run Matlock at night and some of their shows they run during the evening.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Or like
Yeah.
Murder, She Wrote.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They used to do Crime Time and Prime Time or whatever the thing. They used to do it before Letterman. Well, before Letterman, there was actually what's his name from
Say Jack.
this Pat Sajak, who I thought, well, the first time I ever met Pat Sajak, I had him on my show in San Francisco. He had such a snarky sense of humor. When I heard he was going to do a show, I went, this is going to be good. But he didn't let the snark happen. He just wanted to stay in this new wonderful job. And he lost by not taking chances, you know. But then they went back to showing, I don't know, whatever, Matlock at night, whatever. And then along comes Dave. And for the next 20 years, Dave
Plus.
wasn't even number one at any point, but he made tons of money for that network.
He was number one at the beginning.
Yeah. And the reason is, if you look at the numbers that Dave got and the numbers that Colbert got, they were about double of what Colbert got.
Yeah.
Okay. Even though Colbert was number one, so that will show you what was happening to late night.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, it's eroding. There's no question that it's eroding, but I mean, depending on who you listen to, some people were saying that the loss of Colbert, they're you can make numbers look however you want them to look in the entertainment world.
Yeah.
Like in the movie business, for example, there is an advantage to showing a movie being at a loss on paper for a long period of time, right?
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people out there saying that is what CBS has done with Colbert.
Well, they say tens of millions of dollars a year, and here's what I'm thinking. Here's what Colbert should do, and here's what Netflix should do. Pick up that show, keep the studio, keep the whole show, and just run it at 11:30 every night on Netflix. I mean, Netflix is so rich with money. I mean, you got to imagine those people have 300 million people worldwide paying an estimated $15 a month. You do the addition. that will pay for like 5 Colbert shows
Yeah.
a month, you know? So why somebody like Netflix should pick them up, and I think they may, because they want to do more live stuff. They want to be the new networks, you know?
Yeah.
And so who knows what's going to happen? But
It's an interesting nut to crack. I've been talking to the guy who runs LateNighter.com quite a bit, and I mean, Bill Carter's on it. This might be Bill Carter's next book on this. I don't know, but like, there's a lot of people talking about this. The idea of, the lawsuits that have happened, the coincidental nature of this. Is it coincidental? And I'm sure you and I will get into this, Alex, when we do our private thing or whatever. But it's just very interesting that this merger is happening, this lawsuit was happening, and then the idea that they're canceling Colbert. It's just very, very interesting, the timing.
Well, anyone that doesn't think it has to do with the Trumpstein pedophile, they're crazy. I mean, they're releasing this stuff and they need cover. And
Yeah.
Colbert's been going after Trump, and he doesn't like it because he's a baby and a wimp and a pedophile.
yeah.
So,
Yeah, I wish I could say this had to do with Trump. I don't know.
it definitely does.
No,
Alex.
I think it was part of the settlement.
Well,
That's
Yeah.
what I thought.
I don't think
That's
it
what
was.
I thought too.
People
Yeah.
say
He-
that Trump has not been physically involved in this thing, but what I'm thinking is that there are several things you can say about it or feel about it or observe about it. And I mean, it looks very much like it was fun that 2 nights earlier when he was back from vacation, Colbert went on and did a whole thing putting down CBS's $16 million payout
That it was a broad.
and kind of referred to it as a bribe. And then 2 nights later, actually it's the night before, Tuesday night, I think he was told, and Wednesday he comes on the air and says this. Now, whether or not there's anything that really went on between Trump and the sale and any of that, and there's
Well, the argument, Alex, is simple.
what I'm
If-
saying is the optics don't look good.
Yes.
Okay, no matter what.
Yep. But if it was just that, why would they have canceled their very successful and profitable show?
Huh?
They could have put someone else in and continued it, because Trump hates late night TV because they all make fun of him, and they're all talking about the pedophile that's being released, and he doesn't want it. If he had his way, Jimmy Kimmel be next, and Jimmy Fallon's such a dope that he doesn't matter.
I don't think that Kimmel is next, because that network is owned by Disney.
Disney.
And Disney has not been particularly giving to Trump. They're one of the people that haven't bowed down to him.
It's the only reason he's still on the air, is because Disney
Well,
won't kiss the ring.
Also, I think that show is so inexpensive to produce. I mean, of all of them, it's the most inexpensive. It's got a theater that doesn't cost a lot of money.
Yeah.
I'm sure. I mean,
Just the tequila budget for Guillermo is more than the other shows.
But it does, I think that he puts on a show that saves money. It doesn't cost a lot of money, and he gets paid a good price. But I mean, basically, the show of the band is a second-rate band, and the size of the audience is at least only a quarter of what it is in the Ed Sullivan Theater.
Very much a studio. Yeah.
I think
I've been there a few times.
Mhm.
I think the biggest cost of the Late Show is that keeping that theater. That theater is not a cheap theater to keep going. It has always been owned by CBS for many, 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 ever since Ed Sullivan did his shows there. But it's an expensive theater to keep going. You keep the electricity on, you turn the air conditioning on every night. Already, that's a lot of money. If he were in a smaller place, if he were in a CBS studio, like John Oliver does his show at CBS on 57th Street. It's because
The broadcast center. Yep.
he never shows the audience, but you hear the audience.
Yeah.
And it's a perfectly wonderful show. In fact, I think actually Colbert's show would get better if he had a smaller audience. I think that theater it's awfully large. I think they expanded the upper deck a bit for Colbert. And Dave really played to the lower floor.
Yeah, they had the entire the dome that's above the studio for Dave. It was all kind of covered and whatnot. They kind of tried to turn the theater into a bit of a television studio. The moment Colbert took over, they gutted it back and they brought the dome back out and they added technology to it, and it's quite beautiful. Not that it
Well,
wasn't
it can be
beautiful
quite
when
beautiful, but if you're doing a simple show where you're talking with a guest, the place may be too big for that, you know?
yeah, it's so good for the music, and I understand the musical presentation is not a huge part of late night when it comes to the money making aspect of it. But for these beautiful cultural moments, that stage is so wonderful for musical.
Well, it always has been. It was the Ed Sullivan Show.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. The Beatles back in the day, all that.
Yeah.
It's pretty neat. The heritage that's there, and the fact that Dave gave, like you mentioned earlier, Dave gave them a franchise that they didn't have, and it was a franchise that competed with the Tonight Show. And the fact that they're just throwing it away, it certainly shows where television has gone
Well,
over the
also,
last 10 years.
also over at NBC, Seth Meyers had a band. He doesn't have one anymore. The
Yep.
NBC said that cost too much money. Let's stop
Yep.
doing it. And he doesn't need it. These shows are basically talk shows. They don't need a band necessarily. In the case of Dave, Paul was kind of like his sidekick. But on Colbert, you wouldn't want any of those people to be your sidekick. So
Well, John Baptiste, when John Baptiste was on, I would say that that he was a part of the show.
Yeah.
At least I think so anyway. But then he went and got album of the year, and so he and some
and a
personal
few other
reasons
things
as
too.
well.
Yeah,
But
I think he got an Oscar too, if I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken.
Yep.
But the point I'm making is that he wasn't. Paul was always there. His mic was always on. He was always going, "Oh yeah, okay, haha, ooh." So he was a sidekick. But those guys weren't sidekicks to Colbert. Colbert didn't have any sidekick. So and sometimes you need a sidekick just to bounce off of. But anyway,
Yeah.
it's sad, and
Very.
I'm sure Edward Berger is crying about it.
Yes, I am just heartbroken.
I'm angry.
He can say
I am too.
anything,
I'm
and it's
pissed.
funny.
I'm pissed about it.
Yeah.
I just hope Colbert gets a Conan-like bounce after this, because Conan, his career really, really had a lot of trajectory added to it when he got messed over. And I hope Colbert, when they take the restraints off of him, because I mean he is very, very restrained still. But he's
He won't be. He
mischievous.
won't be for the next 10 months. He's got nothing to
That's
lose.
what I'm saying. When
Right.
that's done,
That's why
I think about the Stephen Colbert that used to be
That's why I'm surprised. I'll tell you, and I can tell you this from experience.
Yeah.
When they let you go at a radio station, you don't go back on the air the next day to say goodbye.
no.
Okay. They just show you the door. You got your little box of goodies that you had to your desk, and you're through. And the reason for that is with broadcast is they're afraid you're going to say something bad because now you have nothing to lose. So it is to CBS's credit they didn't say we're ending it next week.
Yes.
I
heard he's already booking quinceañeras and bar mitzvahs.
When Conan was shown the door at the Tonight Show, he did a live tour, and it was an incredible live tour. And it had everything from as many people from the show as possible, from the band to different people. Andy was there, all of it. And then of course he got his next show, and I just think about Colbert when he can be unleashed again. That guy's mischievous. Like when he was a correspondent on the Daily Show, he would do some crazy stuff. And I just think that he's still young, and it would be really, really neat to go from
I think
that esteemed position to.
I think if he just got a Netflix deal and did the same show from the same studio, which Netflix can afford, I mean, they pay $500 million for some of those movies they put on, Well, here comes Don Giller. He may
What?
I'm
Too early.
I know, but because of what we're talking about, he's probably chomping at
Well,
the.
if they cancel the Daily Show, you'll know that it's a network being pushed by Trump.
Well, the CBS,
Totally.
yeah, CBS owns Comedy Central,
Yeah.
and so that is a CBS show as well.
3 weeks ago, LateNighter.com has one of their signature stories was, are Stephen and Colbert and Jon Stewart in trouble because of this merger that's happening? And I mean, this is before the settlement. This is before any of that stuff. That was a story that was on Late Nighter.
I don't doubt that there's something wrong with it, but you know. But anyway, so that's that. Anyway, I got something I want to play for you a second. I want you. I do these imagers for the late, you know, for GabNet, and I have an announcer, but you know, I wanted to get another announcer. It might be a little better. So I want you to hear this guy. Tell me what you think of him, okay?
Now in its 11th year, this is GabNet. Talk like you've never heard it before.
So what do you think of that guy?
I think it's AI.
Well, he's no Ed Berger, but
That's right.
That is AI.
Yeah.
That's not a real human being. I found a place that did, you know, trials and stuff like that. So I did a trial on that, and I get that guy. But listen to that voice. It's just.
Now in its 11th year, this is GabNet. Talk like you've never heard it before.
Even has emphasis and things like that.
Very,
you know,
very pleasant. Yeah.
Yeah.
How did that get? What were the requirements for
I
that?
say I want this voice, okay, and then I want him to read this, and I typed that in, and it came out. I came out like that.
When you say this voice, what do you mean?
The voice you heard there.
A list of voices, and you.
Oh yeah, they have a list of voices. I could have used a woman's voice or a British voice, or they have any number of people. Or if I wanted to pay for it, okay, if I wanted to pay for the program, which I haven't decided yet, I could actually take my voice, feed it into this program, and then write all kinds of scripts, and which will be done by me, or I could have it be done by one of my other announcers who have.
I don't think he's real.
you know what?
Really, you
Did you? I would have picked the one from the Liberian. I hear they speak great English. Beautiful.
Oh boy, yeah. So anyway, so that I found that kind of fascinating that I could do that, and that we could run that. And this isn't really Don Giller. This is AI right here. I said, give me a guy with a lot of hair who looks like he's a fish. Anyway, how you doing, Don?
I was going to say that Colbert has a new gig.
What?
What is it?
Doing AI.
Doing AI, right? Yeah. No, he doesn't have to get a new gig. They'll just do him as AI.
Well, that's what you just did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know, I mean, AI is, you know, I mean, I could put every announcer that I've had work on this network disappear. I could take Albert Reynoso's voice and put it in there, and it would sound like Albert, all the stuff that I would do.
So does that mean that there are a lot of people that they analyzed and coded and made up a list? I mean, where did the list come from?
No, it's just a person's voice, and then when you put the text in, what it does to that voice is it clones it, literally clones the voice, and then has it read what I.
So they can claim then that they're not using a voice that they have to pay.
Well, I guess maybe they paid these people originally to use their voice. I don't know. I don't know what happened, but there's one there with Burt Reynolds they cloned Burt Reynolds' voice.
Wow.
And I could have him doing that, you know. So
Bruce Willis sold his likeness and voice, and a bunch of other celebrities are doing the same thing, and it's smart, like, because it's kind of the last hurrah. Everything's going to be changing moving forward. It's very fascinating.
If you're an announcer and you're a really good announcer, you could probably sell your voice to one of these cloning operations and just say, you know, you pay me as long as you keep using my voice as the basis. What it does is it takes that voice, and then it makes it read the text. And there's really not a guy sitting there reading it or anything. It's just using his voice. It's a, you know, I mean, I see where people are worried about it. It's going to put a lot of people out of work.
Yeah, you're gonna have robot umpires.
Yeah.
There are things, though, there are things that
Yep.
you won't be able to do, yeah, a talk show host could not do a talk show with AI, so.
I keep thinking about that movie, Her,
Yeah.
Yeah.
with Scarlett Johansson's voice, right?
Johansson. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh, but
She got the credit. I mean, that was the work that she did for that movie.
oh yeah.
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 But it was kind of like a vision of the future.
Well, he falls in love with, this
Yeah, and then she goes with somebody
Only woman.
with another clone or something. Another
That's
clone.
happening everywhere. And
Yeah.
it's not even an AI. Like, people are falling in love with AI all the time now.
So I understand.
That's stupid. AI, to begin with, let's be honest, AI doesn't have a vagina. Am I right?
So
Not
far.
Or a penis.
Since Gil is here and we've changed subjects since then, but how do you feel about the whole Colbert thing? Do you think it stinks?
Who are you talking to?
Don
Don, I
Giller.
Don.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
you didn't specify.
I said Giller.
Yeah.
Yeah, that could be anybody.
Oh,
Bob
Giller, Sam Giller.
I have a friend on Facebook, and I met him once. His name is Joey. We're politically opposite each other, but we're civil toward each other because we know we're not going to. One is not going to persuade the other, and
Yeah, but that's nice that you do talk to him. The politics are an aspect of him you don't like, but there are other things you do like, so you stay friends.
okay, so I'll stop.
What? No.
Well, they
No, that's
both
good. That's
they
good.
both have doodles in that sketchbook that Jill just
and
named.
it's his opinion that, and you brought this up, Alex, that Colbert has 10 more months to air, and that would kind of go against the Trump conspiracy for the very reason
You're kind of right, although you could easily say they did it to take the heat off of them.
I don't think Trump has the mental capacity to be so generous.
Wait a minute, let me just mention something. Our good friend Mandy now is going to get in her car and go to her classes that she does. That's why she looks so great,
I thought she got fired.
Huh? Oh yes, you got fired. You're not doing it this week, are you?
We have till the end of the month, so I still have
Okay.
4 more to teach.
Yeah.
So
It's like Colbert's conspiracy.
So you're in you're in Colbert's situation. You can do whatever you want for the next 12 days.
I'm just going to go in there and sit on the floor and tell them to just do whatever you want.
A bunch of people in traffic.
Right, Killer. Usually, if they let you go, I mean, I have to say, SiriusXM was very good to me. They said, "We'll give you till the end of the week or something like that, and we'll let you do a final show and say goodbye to everybody because we trust you." But normally, they wouldn't have let me do it if they didn't trust me. So there's some trust they must have for Colbert to begin with, because
they never trusted you again.
Yes, right. I never trusted them again. What do you mean? But anyway, so I mean, it was they didn't do that to him. So there's something they must trust about him, that he's not going to spend the next 10 months wailing away at CBS. That'd be a waste of your 10 months.
Yeah, we'll see.
I mean, the way that Conan finished his Tonight Show was really, really funny. I mean, the last 2 weeks of the Tonight Show was unbelievable.
Well, that was a very bitter thing because he had only had the show for how long?
7 months or
7
9
months, and they said we're getting rid of you, and it was just not a nice thing all the way around. You
remember what Norm Macdonald? He was one of the final guests, and he comes on, and he has this huge display of fruit and flowers, and he said, "I meant to give this to you when you first came on the air," and there's a note that's attached to it, and I don't know if it's probably bad timing, but I'll read it to you anyway. He's saying, congratulations on getting the Tonight Show gig. It's something that can never be taken away from you.
Well, let's create the conspiracy theory that the network left Colbert on for 10 months so that he can just rail Trump, because the agreement was to take it off the air. They just didn't say when. The merger goes through, and then he just goes ape shit crazy on
Well,
him.
I think this is going to help his ratings, Colbert's ratings.
yeah.
They're going to go through the roof.
Hey, he's now a hurt underdog, and people are going to want to know what's the next. We're talking about him.
Yeah, I think he's got to. I don't think he has to worry about the future. There are there are too many places to go that are dying for a live show right now.
Well, they're trying to bring back Barney the dinosaur, so he could do that. Maybe the Teletubbies with Stephen Colbert could be good.
The Teletubbies, yeah, Teletubbies.
I've been writing on Facebook that somebody should give Jane Curtin and Susan St. James a call.
Kate and Allie.
Because they filmed, or they taped in the Sullivan Theater.
Yeah.
They
really?
did, didn't they? A lot of sitcoms were done there and so on. Yeah. That theater has been around. I mean, say the Sullivan Theater. It's been there forever. You know,
Hammerstein Theater.
Hammerstein Theater, and it's a very nice theater. I mean, it's a great place to do a show because you've got a marquee, and that's the biggest advertisement you can possibly have. You know, everybody shoots down Broadway. Oh, look, there's the Ed Sullivan Theater. You know, so.
I remember when Paul McCartney performed on the marquee. This was in July of '09, and the road was, Broadway was blocked off for everyone except for one lane. It was the lane closest to the theater where buses could go through. And I saw I was actually outside, and I watched the concert, and this bus is right below the marquee, and there's I think there are cars going by, cars and buses, and there's a red light, and the bus is stopped right below the marquee, and Paul is waving to the people on the bus, and imagine the people on the bus are just going apeshit.
Yeah,
so good.
Well, I mean, I think Dave had a deal with the city that he could block off, what was it, 59th or 57th? What's the street, right?
57th Street.
57th Street? No, it wasn't 57th.
Oh, 53rd.
Or 53rd Street. Sorry.
That he could block off 53rd Street anytime he wanted to. And
a lot of people don't realize in the same office building that of the Ed Sullivan Theater, that's the office where the city permits and stuff were given. So they would just literally go up, an intern or whoever the court, they would literally go up the floor to put the permit in to make it happen.
How you doing, Charlie?
I'm doing pretty good.
Yeah, you're at your girlfriend's house.
Yep.
You're never
How'd
at
you fix
home
the lighting?
anymore. What?
How'd you fix the lighting, Charlie?
Well, it's daytime here.
Oh,
It's only
That's
at
what they
night
call
you
it.
can't see me.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's only at night that there are teeth there. Okay. You're that's going pretty good for you, huh?
Yeah, can't be much better.
Yeah. You're never at home anymore, are you?
A couple nights a week.
I mean, a couple of nights a week.
Yeah.
Okay. Have you either of you talked about just finding a place, moving in together, or does she own that?
No, she owns this house, so
Oh, it's a house. Oh, okay.
Pictures, or it didn't happen?
I guess it didn't happen. She won't take any pictures.
And like, will you kill mice for her? Like my boyfriend, thank God he was at my house when it happened.
Would you kill a mouse for her?
I would kill a mouse for her. I've killed roaches, not a lot.
Roaches
Yeah.
are different. Do you know, we've lived in this apartment for how many years, Marjorie? About 15? What? We moved in here
16 years,
in 2010, I think.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe around 2010. So that's 15 years.
15 years.
I don't think I've ever seen a roach in this apartment. You know,
I can
and
change
in
that.
old buildings like this, I mean, lived in a building on 14th Street where I used to go into the kitchen and open up a box of cereal, and it was nothing but roaches inside. One day,
Even they don't want to get in your
one
elevator.
day I had a open box of cereal, and I took the spray that I had, and it was called La Bamba. And it was Mexican or Puerto Rican. And if anybody knows how to kill roaches, it's Puerto Ricans. Okay. So I get this thing, and literally you spray it anywhere and they come out and die. They go jumping off the counter in the kitchen and so on. It's like a mass suicide thing. So I said, get this full box of cereal, and it's been open. And I know what happens when you leave a box of cereal open. Got roaches in it, right? I take the spray and I spray it in the box, and I swear to you, roaches come tumbling out of it, and the box is jumping up and down.
So how'd the cereal taste after that?
That was wonderful. It was, I think,
Tastes like chicken?
Kellogg's Raisin Roaches. Yeah.
It had a rum aftertaste.
But so in New York, getting roaches was a very common thing. We haven't seen a single. Have we seen a single roach here, Marjorie? Can you remember?
No, knock on wood.
Yeah.
Do you have roach motel kind of things, devices?
No, I do. We do have a guy who comes in about once every couple of months.
Once a month,
he
spray.
sprays the whole kitchen and stuff.
I bet Marjorie's got a roach in one of those ashtrays next to her bed.
Matter of fact, show it to her, Marjorie. She does have a roach.
How did it get that name? That's really
How did Pop get roach?
Yeah.
no.
We were watching a documentary on Prohibition. It's on PBS. I love it. I'm watching it second time with her. You know how the name bootlegger came about?
No.
People used to carry, during Prohibition, used to carry liquor strapped to their leg or in their boot.
Oh.
Bootlegger.
And then they would sell it to you. They'd pull it out of their boot and sell it to you. And that's how bootlegger came to be. There were a couple of other terms that came out at that time as well. One of them is dumb shit for anybody who pays this much for liquor. Anyway.
Hey, Alex, I want to tell you a good story. Remember Peaky Blinders, the show?
Yeah.
I loved it.
So I've got interesting news. I was on a list and was able to preview the early cut of the new Peaky Blinders movie that's coming out on Netflix in several months. When it comes out, you are going to want to watch. I'm not going to tell you anything about it, but it's really good.
With the same cast?
Yeah.
Oh.
Many of the same. Many of
wait.
the same. It's I can't tell you anything about it because I signed a non-disclosure. All I can say is when it comes out, you're going to have to watch it.
Right on.
It picks up, and it's beautifully done. Soundtrack, acting, scenery. You're going to want to watch it.
I loved it. I loved it.
Well, I think we got it, Marjorie. You loved it.
Yeah.
You'll really enjoy it. It picks up right where you would want it to, and it's all the things that you liked about Peaky Blinders are in the new movie.
When's it coming out?
I don't know, but I'll watch it again when I can see the final cut. It's weird when it's missing pieces, but it was really, really entertaining.
About roach.
I'm looking to see if it's available online, but it is.
It's not. It was a one-day preview thing that I was able to get my nose into.
That's
What
fantastic.
they showed it live or something like that.
Kind of. Yeah. I mean, it came up on the screen blocked with my email address, and so that I couldn't copy it. And well, I wouldn't ruin the surprise for others anyhow. I was so glad to see it.
Like Peaky Blinders? Well, Marjorie said you like Peaky Blinders. Raise your hand.
If you haven't seen it, go back on Netflix and watch
And
the first
the rest
season.
of you haven't seen Peaky Blinders?
It's one of the best shows ever on Netflix.
One thing I have to say though, if you go to watch it, it's on Netflix, and it's a terrific show.
Subtitles.
Yes.
Put on subtitles because you won't understand a word of the language they're speaking. British.
Even though it's English.
Yeah. It's really, really something. But
And watch it from the first episode.
Oh yeah. It just has a great feel to it.
Wonderful.
And it stars a guy who won the Academy Award did he win it for Oppenheimer? Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
So he's in it, and he's in this one, I would imagine.
Yeah, he's in it.
Yeah. The mother isn't in it because she's dead. The actress is dead. Anyway, John Ewing, how you doing?
Doing very well, Alex. Everything's good. Keep seeing music. We didn't go on vacation, but we took a week off from doctors last week and went out to dinner every night.
Oh, okay.
For us, that was like a vacation, so we had a good time.
And you just had dinner somewhere every night.
Yeah, different places every night.
Nice.
Kind of a nice way to kind of make a vacation.
Did you get to supersize it?
Like to do that.
Francine, I want to ask you how you are. You were gone the last 2 weeks because why?
I was at a poetry workshop out in the Hamptons, and it was with Billy Collins, who's like probably the most popular poet.
Well, when you say a workshop for poetry, I mean, does that would indicate that maybe you had classes or something about poetry?
Well, yeah, it was every day. You know, there would be like a workshop that was about 3 hours.
Okay, let me see how good it worked for you. I'm going to say something, and you turn it into a poem. Okay.
Oh my God.
Oh, Jesus.
There was a young woman from the Azores.
Oh, boy.
Who liked to make marshmallow s'mores.
Well,
Now do Nantucket.
There was a young woman from the Azores who had wait a minute, I can't remember it anymore. There was a young woman from the Azores whose I won't say the word, was covered with sores. As she walked down the street, the dogs ate the green meat that hung in festoons from her drawers.
Oh.
That is the most disgusting limerick I have ever heard in my life. And I left out the one word that would even make it even worse.
Here's a clean one. There was a young lady from Natchez whose clothing was always in patches. When asked to something on the, I lost the line. When asked to expose on the state of her clothes, she replied, "When it itches, I scratches."
Very good. That's very good. You know why? Because they're mostly limericks are dirty.
Yeah.
I know, but that was a clean one because I remember a long time ago when I was teaching a high school class, and I used it as an example of a limerick.
Mandy raised her hand.
I was going to say, that's so funny you say that because I won best limerick in the 9th grade out of English class.
And was it?
And I was shocked because I literally was like, "Oh crap! I was supposed to write that thing," and I just was like, I wrote it out, and then I won best limerick.
You remember it?
Yes, it was. There was a girl who loved to eat candy, ice cream, and popcorn were a treat. She went to the movie that was really groovy, but she couldn't fit into the seat. Isn't that mean?
Yes.
That's so
Great.
That's so freaking mean. And it won best.
I'm saying these are so good because limericks traditionally are dirty.
Okay. That's the definition.
They were a body form of whatever. So that's really good. That's really good. I never heard really clean ones.
Yeah, there is the lady came from Nantucket. I remember that.
Yeah, that one. I remember an episode of Family Guy where they were going into a town and there was a sign for the town and it said Nantucket, where that woman is from.
Hey, Alex, I just asked AI to write a limerick about a radio host named Alex.
Yeah.
As there once was a host, Alex, whose talent was truly quite lax. His jokes fell quite flat. Listeners groaned, "Oh snap," and quickly turned on other tracks. AI doesn't like you.
Oh yeah.
I simply said write a limerick about Alex, the radio host, and that's what it came up with. Sorry.
Well, okay. All right.
Right.
Wait, I'm going to tell it to be nice now. See what it says.
Yeah, sure. What,
Wait.
They
There
do
once
better.
was there once was a host, Alex, whose style some find a bit relaxed. They tried their best, putting skills to the test, and hoped their charm wasn't taxed. I don't think AI likes you.
No,
I was hoping to get something funny, but
AI writes.
I think that makes
it.
it hope. It's hope for the future because that was terrible.
Yeah,
You know what really had trouble? It really had trouble with the word Alex.
Yeah.
It just didn't seem to. They couldn't find something that really rhymed well with Alex.
Like
Alex.
Alex.
Yeah.
Symbol was phalanx.
Yeah, something like that, you know. But I mean, that's the hard part, I think, for the AI to go with.
Italics.
Italics. Good for you.
Italics.
That's a poet, right?
I asked AI to draw a drawing of Donald Trump doing something obscene, and it wouldn't do it.
You've seen the ones, all that stuff I post. Those are all AI.
Really?
Donald Trump being dumped into the alligators and hiding under a rock and with
Well,
the
what
red dunce
AI are
cap.
you using?
I use different ones. I just don't tell it it's Donald Trump. I describe what he looks like and it creates it. I say a fat, bloated blonde with orange complexion and in a blue suit with a red tie.
You do a good job with those, Andrew.
Yeah.
Thanks. Yeah, I describe it because it won't say him. If you put his name, it won't do it. But they've been really funny. I had one where I actually had his head open up and all the monkeys. That was his simian brain. Monkeys fighting him.
We haven't talked to Charlene today. How are you, Charlene?
I gotta
Good. I'm good. I had a really good weekend.
Gotta go.
I got to
Bye-bye.
spend it with the
Yeah, see you
grandkids.
Great, spend it with the grandkids.
Yeah.
Our good friend Andrew Deutsch just left. Now he can talk nasty about him. So what do you, any projects lately, Don?
Yeah, I'll be working on this thing for the next 2 years.
Oh yeah. Yes.
I was going to mention back in I think '84, I was on this obsession on limericks, on songs that were structured on the limerick form. There's a Lennon McCartney song that they performed on the BBC. They never released it publicly, called "I'll Be on My Way." The sun is fading away. That's the end of the day. As the June light turns to moonlight, I'll be on my way. That's a limerick.
That's a limerick.
Yeah. Great Balls of Fire, I think, is a limerick. 888448.
Yeah.
Wow. Stop to think about that, but you are right.
Yeah.
Goodness gracious, absolutely. Yeah.
And then I lost my mind.
Yeah, well, anyway, so you're working on this project for 2 years, so that'll take you away from everything else, right? I guess the Shecky on the show here that you were going to put together will never happen.
Probably not.
Yeah. Okay.
Now you see the guy was born in 1927, so I'm aiming for a centenary.
Well, you see, here's the thing is that, you could do it and I give you permission, unlike Letterman who wanted you to stop using all that stuff,
I'm not following.
Oh, well, I mean, but they are paying you to do other stuff for them, so.
Oh, you're talking? No, I thought you're gonna pay me for doing this Ronshine project.
No.
Well, you said you would. There are witnesses. There are 15 people here.
Well,
Or
we were
12.
talking about the Colbert Show costing too much. How much is this going to cost me?
As much as I like.
Oh boy, Marjorie, you think we should give him money for his project?
You said you wanted to spend it.
This is the first I've heard.
We didn't add the word vicariously.
I remember when I was at your place in March, and I was I was financially not in a good position back in late 21.
Yeah.
And people would contribute. I had a GoFundMe page and a Patreon page, and I told Alex, it wasn't the amount, it's the gesture. And so Alex says, well, I wasn't going to pay anything. I said, well, like I said, it's the gesture.
Oh boy, you are the best. Hey, you've been very quiet today, Len.
Yeah, just
What have
enjoying
what have
listening.
you been doing?
Nothing.
I'm dragging everybody here into this show with
Yeah, well, good. Yeah, no, just it's been nice and quiet. Got a lot of stuff coming up in the next few months, but
yeah.
for right now, it's
Take
nice and
any
quiet.
vacations or anything like that?
Yeah, we're going to be going back east to Buffalo and Toronto and the Finger Lakes and that whole area in October.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I saw a picture of you on Facebook, Len, where
Yeah.
you just had a mustache. That's from years and years ago.
Not that long
Um,
ago. Right about the pandemic is when I drew this.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, by the way, if you're in the New York City area, stop by Don Gillard's place.
Yes,
I
yes.
got
We
plenty
will,
of space.
well, we will not be coming down that far this time, but
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
Well, if you went to Gillard's, that would be going down too far.
Hey, neither of us are gay, so knock it off.
Oh, well, we kind of run out of time here. And again, I love this. It's so nice. It's so civil and decent. And all of you kind of, I think, like each other, which is nice,
Yeah, we do.
Thanks to Marjorie, who I won't ask her where we're having dinner. I know she ordered out the Stu Leonard's and we have lobster rolls tonight.
One of those yesterday.
And sushi. And
You have to pick the bones. They have to pick the bones out of the rolls.
Anyway, have you ever had a lobster roll?
Yeah.
No.
No.
Yesterday.
They're delicious,
I just have a problem with eating live food.
It isn't live, okay? But I was up in years ago with my ex-wife Ronnie. She moved to Portland, Maine, and up near there, she took me out to a place called Red's, which is very famous for its lobster rolls. And I will never forget that lobster roll. It was really good, just really good. So, Charlene, thank you for being with us today.
I changed my mind.
Of course.
And of course, Paula Levin, excuse me. Somebody had to remind me. John Ewing, great to have you here as always. Edward, I'll get to you in a second. Charlie Wallace, thank you. Thank you, Mike. And we have to do something this week.
Yes. I'm going to see the studio space and I'll email you today.
Okay. All
Yep.
right.
Yep.
And Mandy O'Brien, always wonderful to have you here.
Thanks for having me.
And it's nice having you in the car too, which I guess will end in a couple of weeks, right?
Yes, it will. I will be free.
You won't leave work early, right?
Correct.
Your hands are off the wheel.
Yeah.
I'm at a stoplight.
Yeah. She's taking a Waymo. Francine,
Exactly.
great to have you back again from your poetry workshop where you learned how to rhyme for limericks. Len LaFrisco, good having you here. And of course, Don Giller. What can I say?
Paula, next week I'll give you the origins of roaches.
And now to sign us off.
Marijuana, weed.
Yeah, I know. I don't know why they call them roaches, but
I do now.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
What is it? What did you just look it up?
I looked it up.
Okay.
No. You're out of time.
No, I'm not out of time for you to tell us what the definition of how roaches came up to be called roaches.
I lost the line.
Oh God!
Oh, dang.
It comes from La Cucaracha.
La Cucaracha. La Cucaracha is about a marijuana. Que fumar is one of the lyrics in that song.
But La Cucaracha means roach.
Yeah.
Yeah, La Cucaracha.
Oh, that's where it comes from, the Spanish word.
No,
while the exact origins of the song remain unknown, the version that is thought to have referenced the roach is the commonly cited version that includes Mexican revolutionary leader Pancho Villa. It was sung by his troops during battle. It suggested that in cannabis culture, the roach represents the end of a joint, and that the song is about running out of cannabis and not being able to get high.
Right, because it says no marijuana que fumar is one of the
Yeah.
lyrics in there.
Just like the roach is unable to walk because it's missing a leg. It says here.
All right, that is definitely the end of this whole conversation.
That's getting
Quiz on Friday.
Anyway, everybody, let's sign off today with the immortal words of Mr. Edward Berger, who says,
That's all, folks.
thank you, everybody.
Bye.
Thanks, Alan.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.